Good morning, students. Myself, Dr. S. Devikala, Associate Professor in the Department of Chemistry, SRM Institute of Science and Technology. In today's class, let's discuss about water pollution, how water gets polluted, what are the causes, effects, and control measures. So, water pollution. So, in today's class, these are all the contents we are going to discuss. Definition, causes, effects, control measure, and then how to determine BOD and COD. So water is a precious resource, and without it, life is not at all possible on Earth. So water is getting polluted day by day due to excessive and careless use. So the percentage available drinking water is keeps on reducing. There are many ways by which water get polluted, and the effects are highly harmful both living and non-living organisms. So water pollution can be defined as presence of liquid, solid or gaseous contaminants in such concentration that may alter the quality of water, or in other words, it is the addition of water of excess material or heat that is harmful to the living organisms or which impairs the beneficial use of water. So we know very well the pure form of water is rain. So here precipitation, it is nothing but rain that comes in all different forms depending on the temperature of the atmosphere. Okay, so it may be rain, snow, sleet or hail. So the main causes of water pollution: domestic waste, sewage system, solid waste, industrial waste, acid rain, oil industry and aquatic plants. So the causes of water pollution, the first one, domestic. For everything, we are the root cause. So dumping of household waste into water, sewage waste, then the solid waste. Generally solid waste, it causes blockage in flow of water, it causes water as well as air pollution. Polythene is the main solid waste. Then the fourth one is industrial waste. Industrial waste containing paper waste, rubber, metals, aluminium waste, etc., which is drawn directly into water, which pollutes water. Then, then the next source is even acid rain also, that is from the industrial effluents, oil industries or accidental fire in ships. Then the excessive growth of algae, so it is called as algal bloom. For example, water hyacinth, an aquatic plant, it causes pollution in water. It is long leaved plant which grows faster in water bodies, and it absorbs all essential nutrients from water, which is fatal for marine organisms. Due to religious activity also, water gets polluted. So the immediate effect will be death of organisms. Rivers are changed into dustbin nowadays. Shortage of drinking water. Increase in BOD level, that is biological oxygen demand. What is BOD? It is defined as measure of dissolved oxygen required to decompose the organic matter in water biologically. Pure water has less than 1 ppm. Polluted water means greater than 5 ppm. If an water sample, if it has greater than 5 ppm BOD, means it is not suitable for drinking or even not suitable for other industrial purposes also. Then the water is said to be polluted. So in order to control, we need to stabilize ecosystem using water hyacinth to remove water pollutant, using chemical methods. Various methods are available: ion exchange, reverse osmosis, precipitation, coagulation, cooling methods, recycling, renovation, recharge, and reuse of wastewater. So in terms of stabilization of ecosystem, reduction of waste at the source itself, burying of organic waste, fish management, proper use of water. And the second one is sewage treatment, how the wastewater can be converted to usage. Then ion exchange methods. Here chemicals like ion exchange are used. Ion exchange chemicals are used. All nitrates are soluble and are thus more difficult to remove. Resins or zeolites can be used to exchange the nitrate ions in polluted water with hydroxide ions. Positive ions can also be exchanged with H plus ions. The resulting OH minus and H plus will then combine to form water. So in this slide, you can see how the ion exchange process is working out. Then reverse osmosis. So with the help of semi-permeable membrane and then by applying osmotic pressure, we can force the water molecules to flow from dilute solution side to concentrated solution side. The process is called as reverse osmosis. The next one, two important determinations are there. One is BOD determination, the other one is COD determination. Let us see how to determine biological oxygen demand value for the given sample. So what is BOD? It is defined as the amount of free oxygen required for the biological oxidation of organic matter by suitable microorganism for 5 days. So BOD is determined by finding the dissolved oxygen in the blank and polluted water. The oxygen dissolved in the sample reacts with manganese hydroxide and potassium iodide, and the liberated iodine is titrated against sodium thiosulfate. So these are all the equations involved in the principle. So the method of determination will be the sample whose BOD is to be determined as to be diluted with a special water. It is nothing but water, distilled water only. The diluted sample is incubated for 5 days at 20 degrees centigrade. This temperature has to be maintained for 5 days continuously. After the incubation period, the dissolved oxygen of the sample is determined. BOD can be calculated by using the relationship. The unit is ppm. Here P stands for blank, I stands for incubated sample, P stands for dilution factor, diffusion factor or dilution factor. So in this final expression, we have to substitute dissolved oxygen in ppm, V multiplied by N into 8 into 1000 by X. What is X? Volume of sample for used for titration. N normality of thiosulfate solution. V volume of sodium thiosulfate required to react with the iodine product. So if you substitute all the values, we can very well calculate the dissolved oxygen of the given sample. Next one, the determination of COD. It is nothing but chemical oxygen demand. It is defined as the amount of oxygen required in order to oxidize the inorganic impurities present in water. Here, the experimental procedure is based on the chemical oxidation of pollutants by using potassium dichromate in sulfuric acid in presence of a catalyst Ag2SO4. So the method it involves, we need 50 ml of polluted water that should be taken in a conical flask of capacity to 50 ml. 10 ml of 0.1 N potassium dichromate in 18 N H2SO4 and 0.1 gram Ag2SO4 are added. We need to heat the content for about 3 hours. After heating, the unreacted dichromate is titrated against standard ferrous ammonium sulfate solution, that is FAS, using the indicator ferroin. The oxygen equivalent of potassium dichromate consumed is taken as the value for COD. This is the equation involved. For any given sample of polluted water, COD can be determined using the relationship. COD unit is also ppm only. X minus y into N into 8000 by V, where X volume of FAS required in the plant titration, Y volume of FAS required in the titration of sample, N normality of FAS, V volume of the sample used. So if you substitute all the value, we'll be getting the value of COD for the given sample. Next one, total dissolved solid. It is nothing but TDS. That is how much amount of solids are dissolved in the given water sample. That can be determined. Two methods are there. TDS directly, we can dip TDS meter, or we can follow electrical conductance method. So TDS is the concentration of dissolved chemicals in a sample of water. High amount of dissolved solids can indicate poor water quality. High TDS indicates the presence of lot of dissolved mineral that will form scale on the sides of the container and the inside of the pipes. So two methods are there, gravimetric method. So to measure TDS using this gravimetric method, water sample is first passed through a filter that blocks anything bigger than 2 microns. A certain amount of filtered water is then weighed out and the water is boiled away, leaving the dissolved solids behind as a solid residue. This residue weight is again has to be taken. By knowing the difference in weight, we can calculate the amount of TDS present, that is total dissolved solid present in the water sample. The other way, electrical conductance method, if the concentration of dissolved salt, if it is more, means you can see more flow of ions, or in other words, more electrons will be flowing. The other method of measuring TDS is by measuring the electrical conductivity of the sample. If the dissolved solids are salts and minerals, they would have dissolved or dissociated into ions. This allows electricity to pass through the water. The more electrical current flows through the solution means there are more ions in the solution. More ions mean there are more dissolved solids. So electrical conductance can be measured using electrical conductivity meter or TDS meter. So in this class we have seen what is water pollution, definition, causes, effects, and how to control, and two determination, namely BOD determination, COD determination. Apart from that, how to find the amount of TDS in the given water sample also. I hope you have understood. Thank you.